What's good, guys? It's Joseph, and today got a different kind of video for you guys. We're going to be learning how to animate text as if it's writing on the screen. This is a very popular thing that you will definitely want to know how to do if you want to make a career in motion graphics. It's just something that a lot of people are going to want. They're going to want you to know how to make text seem like it's being written on screen instead of just letters just coming up, like actually being written out. And so I'm going to show you guys how to do that. You might have seen videos on it before. I'm just going to go ahead and make my own, show you guys how I do it personally. There's a few different ways to do it. The way I'm going to do it, it's going to be the easy way. There's definitely other things you can do to make it, take it to the next level, and you guys can kind of play around with that. I might show you a little bit here and there, but I'm just going to show you the base animation of it. But before we get started, I don't know if you noticed, I got a new logo, new branding, Joseph J. Ortiz. That's my name. I'm going by that now. Hopefully this is going to be the start of a brand new year. We're going to have new content. I'm finally in a spot in my life where I can make more videos and reach a wider audience. So I'm going to try to do that, get into the motion graphics world, stuff like that. I'll still be doing visual effects, but I'm going to try to put it all into one channel, and hopefully that works well. If you guys have stuck with me throughout the years, I really appreciate it. If you're new, welcome. I'm going to be making a lot of new content and show you guys how to do some crazy stuff, and let's go ahead and get started. Got my composition. I'm going to go ahead and just make a 1920 by 1080, whatever, 30 frames per second. I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys how to do it with a well, I'm going to make a white background because I like working on a white background using black text. I'm just going to show you guys how to do it with a script style font, and I'm just going to type out script because it looks, most of the time, if you have a commission you're doing and they want you to have text that writes on screen, most of the time it's going to be a text that is, it seems like it's handwritten most of the time in a script. So I'm just gonna, I have one that on my computer, but you can use one, any of them. This one's called Scriptorama. There we go. This one looks pretty good, and it just kind of looks handwritten. It's not necessarily cursive. It might look nice if you have it cursive, but whatever. So we're gonna just go ahead and make this seem like it's being written on. So we're gonna do this with masks, and we're just gonna do one letter at a time. And the way we're gonna do it, it's gonna make it seem, we're gonna use multiple masks is basically what I'm saying. So I'm gonna go ahead and zoom in so I can see what I'm doing. I'm gonna start with the S here. Got my layer selected. We're gonna go to the pen tool. I'm gonna click right here on the S, and I'm just gonna kind of go around and make some simple lines around here. And if you go to this point here, you can actually press Alt and only grab this one arrow and kind of move it in, and then you can just go around just like this. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you kind of want it to mimic the shape of the letter just so it makes your job easier, because you're gonna be changing them around and stuff like that. And so I might fast forward myself doing this. I might not. I'm not going to spend like my whole day on it like I do with some projects. Like I just finished one where the client wanted something like this, and I spent a long time making it for him. And so finished the first letter, right? So I'm just going to deselect it, go back to my pen tool, because I'm just going to, every mask, I like it to be a new one, and it's going to be a different color each time. Because some people just like to take this point right here and drag it all the way over here and make a new line over here, but it's a lot cleaner. It's easier to work with when you just make multiple ones. And especially in an instance where, say this R was like a lot fancier and it had two different parts to it, then you'd use two different masks with it, if that makes sense. Like each time you have it to where it finishes, just make a new one and then start from scratch and just go to the next letter. And so I'm just gonna keep going around. I'm gonna try to speed this up a little bit. But I'm just a perfectionist. I like everything to be perfect. So for this one, for example, you want to think about, because it's going to go in order to whatever mask you start with. So I started with this one, then went to this one. And so you want your first stroke to be whatever you want to be started with for the R. So do you want it to go here and then like this? Sorry. Do you want it to start with this stroke and then go around here and then go down? Or do you want it to do down and then around? So I personally probably would make a keyframe, or not a keyframe, make a point there, point down here, and then stop, and then make a new one, and then go around here. That makes sense? Because they're two different strokes. Because you're not just gonna take your pencil or pen and just go all the way over here. You're gonna take your pen, you're gonna make a line, you're gonna pick it up from the paper, and then you're gonna go around here. And so that's it. So now we got that. This one's easy. Just do one line, not too hard. Oh. Same thing with a P. You're gonna have two strokes. Just like that. And then T is gonna have two as well. Just like this. All right, that's it. And now you got your mask or your masks. If you press M on your keyboard, you can see all of these down here. And like, you can always move them around, but I'm not, because I have them in the order I need them. And that's it. So now on the script font layer itself, you're gonna wanna add a stroke. And I'm using FX Console from Billy Copilot. If you don't have that, just go to your effects and presets, type in stroke. Now you got your stroke. I'm gonna make this to where it reveals original image. And then I'm going to go ahead and make the brush size, or I'm gonna go ahead and go to start or end, whatever. Let's see. Okay, first thing, sorry, I missed one. See how it only has the S? You want to go to here and select all masks, or else it's not going to work for you. And so make sure all masks are selected. So now they're all selected. Now I'm going to go to brush size. You want to make it just big enough to where I can't really see it right now. And you can always, this button right here, it makes it so you can't see the path. You want to make it just big enough to where you can see everything and nothing is being cut off, but you do not want to go any bigger than that. So you just want it to be just big enough. And so if I go to animate the end, you can see it's being written on. And you see how it kind of messed up right there? We can fix that. No problem. And I'll show you how to do that. You see how it's being written on? And I will say, I'm just going to go ahead and say it right now. You can make something look really cool if you take the extra time. I might make a video on this. If you take the extra time, you go into Illustrator, make each letter separate, make it like a vector path. You can actually animate the path itself, make it like stretchy. But a lot of people won't really want that. They kind of just want it to just plain write out. So that's what I'm going to show you guys how to do right now. But just for future reference, if you guys are ever interested in playing around. So I'm just going to go ahead and make a keyframe for the end. Make it at 0. I'm going to press U on my keyboard to see it. And I'm going to go to like 2 seconds or whatever. Put it at 100. So you can see it actually animating on. I'm going to put the hardness at 100%. So I can kind of see what's going on. Okay, so I'm going to start at this imperfection here. I'm going to make sure I can see the path now. And so for this has to do with that brush size. So if I move it down, obviously that part will go away, but that's not fixing the issue. So what you can do is just move this point away. And if you move it too far, you're going to lose that integrity, or not integrity, you're going to lose that part of the S. but you can put it away just enough to where, you know, it's not like that anymore. So now it literally just starts up. And it can be a pain sometimes. Like I'll agree, like just moving it around like that, but it's the only way. It's the way. So now we're gonna go to this T here, and there's not too much that is easily done to kind of fix this, other than like say, I go here and like right before the T starts, make a keyframe for the brush size. Press U so you can see it. I'm gonna go 1 frame forward, and then I'm gonna put the brush size smaller. But you can see how it's affecting the rest of the rest of it. So it's kind of like, well, I don't really want to do that. And so if you can just make it to where, let's see, I'm going to go ahead and let's see. Okay, I got it. We'll just have it go. I'm going to move this to the left a little bit. And let's see. I'm going to move this to the left. Move that to the right. And it kind of cuts off that part. And so now it kind of looks as if we're starting it here and then kind of making a line. And that looks a lot better than having it be like this. I know it's not 100% perfect, but you know, if it's moving like really quickly, it doesn't really matter like if there's any tiny imperfections in it, if that makes sense. I'm going to go back. I'm going to tweak this a little bit more because I want to make sure I'm getting the full R, or this full line right here. Might even be able to make another point. That might help out just in the middle. So now I can have this like there, and then I can have it like that. There we go. There we go. That looks good. And now it's going forward. Maybe increase the brush size a little bit. There we go. And if you have it animating so fast, you're never going to be able to notice tiny stuff like that. So just keep that in mind. Same thing with this P. Like you're going to want to mess around with these as well. Maybe go ahead and add another frame, or yeah, add another point so you can kind of customize what's going on. I know it's tedious, but it's the only way that you can make it look good. If that makes sense. There we go. There we go. Let me increase the brush size a little bit. Move it. Okay, so we got it going, and it looks good. Now that we increased the brush size, we're gonna have to move this a little bit again. So now if I play through, you can see looks like it's being written on. And so that's it. Like that's all you got to do. Obviously, I didn't spend like a long time trying to fix these little imperfections because I'm just kind of showing you guys the methods to do that you can try out. I've done some crazy stuff trying to fix stuff like this. I've put like literally small white shapes, just covering them up and then like taking them off. And it seemed to work. It's not the most practical, but like say, like if you don't have anything selected, you can use the pen tool and literally draw. Here, hold on. You can draw a shape around and then just kind of have it blocking it. And then you can just like, well, once it actually gets drawn, you can just delete it and like get it out of the space. It's really annoying to work with though, so I wouldn't recommend doing that, but it's just, you got to be creative, think outside of the box. But I think for the purpose of the video, showing you how to do this, I think it looks good. I think I would definitely be happy with it if I were working with a client, or if a client was working with me, I would be happy with the outcome. Oh, I didn't actually go over the T, but yeah, just same thing. Move, or let's see. This one is a little tricky because there's no way it looks good. So to fix this one, honestly, for this T, I'm going to go in the masks, press M, and these are the last two ones, right? I'm just going to switch them. And so it's going to draw the T first, or it's going to draw the top section first. And so now I can just go up here and kind of just move it up. I feel like that will work. Yeah. I feel like that works a lot better. And so you just kind of got to be smart about it. I know no one really writes the T like that, but it looks better visually. Especially like you're starting at the top left and you're just ending at the bottom right, you know, but that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions, or you want me to go more in depth on how to make it a little more stylized, excuse me, stylized, I'm obviously down to do that. But this is how I do this. Hopefully this video isn't too long, but if you guys have any questions or anything, comments are down below. Try to answer all of them. Same thing with Twitter DMs, stuff like that. Other than that, hope you guys have a great rest of the day. I'm out. Peace.